everybody. I want you to meet somebody very, very special. This is Socks the dog. Say hello to everybody, Socks. I am doing this video, co-doing this video with Socks today as a reminder, right? Because after all, it is a dog-eat-dog world out there. Right? But Socks is here to remind you all that dogs can sometimes be soft and cuddly, right? And sometimes they can be completely ferocious. Right? And I think we're all a little bit of that, aren't we? Why am I going into this? Well, I want to talk today about how we tend to overreact with things. And this is important to understand as we are edging closer today to a new moon in Hasta Nakshatra, which will take place at about 11 minutes past 1 a.m. on the 1st of October, UK time. You can find that in your time zone by looking that up online. And as I said, the new moon will take place in Hasta Nakshatra. And some of the other components in the Panchanga for the day, Vara, today is a Saturn Vara. And the Vara always gives the core energy. So there's this concept of being disciplined. And there's also this concept of being determined. And sometimes we can get a little too determined. Sometimes we can insist that things should be our way or the highway, when really, in reality, we may need to take the highway, meaning the highway, not the highway you drive a car on, but meaning the highway, and recognize that things can't always be our way, as in our ego mind, but they can definitely go our way if we surrender our ego mind to the moment. And really, most importantly, I want to talk about how we senselessly struggle, how we get caught up in these difficult situations because we're pushing for a result. When actually sometimes that result can come a lot more smoothly if we just stop pushing and instead pay attention, right? We tend to get caught up in these ways of looking at situations that we think that we're the one who's actually doing everything, right? Things go our way, we're very quick to give ourselves a pat on the back. Nice doggy, right? Ruff, ruff. When things don't go our way, right? Then we're very quick to blame. Bad dog, bad dog. When really, in reality, we all just want to have our tummies rubbed. Right? And there's something very important about when dogs do that, right? What are they doing? They're making themselves vulnerable. They're rolling over on their backs, right? They know that there's something that they'll gain from that. But we, on the other hand, yeah, we do have two hands. I guess I can say on the other hands, but really I mean the other hand. It's kind of funny. I just did that out of the blue, but with Hasta Nakshatra, the hands are really important. We'll talk about that in a moment. But on the other hand, we don't have the capacity many times to even bow down and see the universe with humility. We just know something's wrong and we have to do something to change it, right? And I'm not saying we don't need to act, and I'm not saying you don't need to act, because interacting with the universe is very important. But how much are you sucked up into the concept of the result that you're going to get for your actions, right? When instead, maybe an ounce of restraint is more in order. Maybe the capacity or the need to step back from a situation and see if you can understand why you're struggling. And I say that especially because we're dealing with a new moon that is also conjuncting Jupiter. And there is an angle from Mars in Mula Nakshatra. And Mula Nakshatra has the tendency to be very driven and very passionate until it reaches a dead end. And then it understands something that dissolves the ego and takes that ego down to a zero level so that it can be enlightened. Mula Nakshatra is a sattvic nakshatra. We gain a lot from that process. So pushing up against the boundaries isn't necessarily wrong unless you're not willing to learn. And today it's very much, and today I would say even for a few days on either side of this new moon, I shouldn't say either side because the new moon is in several hours. But basically for several days, there's this concept of listening, paying attention. You're struggling to be free of something. There's something you want to change, something that you want to shift, and the desire is building inside of you to be very focused to bring that about. And that is not necessarily a bad thing. But what isn't right is the fact that you're getting caught up in the struggle, when instead, if you were to pay attention, look around you, listen, tune in to what you are being shown, you would actually gain more from the process. So apply that discipline, apply that focus in a different way. Listen, learn, and pay attention. And perhaps you can let go of the struggle. Be like that dog that rolls over on the back, right? Make yourself vulnerable, right? You might actually get something from it, right? You might get a snack, like dogs get snacks, right? Or you might get exactly what you're looking for, which is a little bit of attention from the cosmos, a big hug, and a big cuddle. And then maybe soon you'll see that it's not the dog-eat-dog world after all. Maybe if you let go of the concept that you either have to eat or be eaten, you might actually find that you can relax a little bit. And then you can actually work smarter rather than harder. Wave bye-bye to the good people, Socks. Ruff, ruff. Oh, Socks, do you want to tell them about my astrological services? Ruff, 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 which is doggy language for saying, if you want to schedule an astrological consultation with me and see in what area of your life you might be needing to pay a little more attention and what you're needing to potentially learn from the situation that you're facing, you can click on the link below. That's going to do it for a look at the new moon in Hasta Nakshatra on the 1st of October, 2016. Bye from me and from Socks. Woof, 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 woof.